Welcome back to another video installment of eCIO. This video is on using eCIO to record and track information on time and expenses. It is oriented towards consultants but works for any resource role. We'll show you the information collected on each of these, how to navigate, and how to search for past timesheets. We'll also show you what some of the relationships between information collected on each timesheet. The value proposition for having a database of information on each timesheet is that we can show past allocations on resources for projects, programs, for deliverables, any of our meetings. We purposely tailored the pull-down menus for those entities that strictly pertain to timesheets. The quick way to enter timesheets is to work off of our favorites folder and pull down our My Time and Expense entry. This is set up to go, this information is driven from your setup profile, and we'll illustrate that. So these are all the resources that are tied to this particular backend database. If we were to go into my setup profile, which drives some of this information, we have an indicator here that says the asterisk means all. If we were to change it to another indicator, did our save, and then go back and do a refresh, we find out that the information we've collected here is only pertains to this particular company. So if we're using these ones as the default, then that's what we can that'll drive our timesheets. Now for consultants that are doing projects across multiple companies, then this allows you some flexibility into figuring out what you want to do on it. So let's go back. We'll change this back to our all-inclusive. And then, so that should give us all of our resources. We're going to take, we need to do a refresh. And we'll take our James Davidson. So the projects that come out, we have several projects here. If we're looking at picking out, the information here is related to the project. So if there's tasks against this project, which there's none, or deliverables, there's a couple here, then they all pertain to this particular project. To illustrate it, we'll change it to tablet project. So there is some of the tasks that are associated with that particular project. These are deliverables. If we were adding in any comments, we could do that. The time we can pull out our time if there's forecasted evaluation for this particular date. If there's staff time, we worked 8 hours, but really only 4 of it was billable. Then we're putting in our timesheet, and then we can just continue to do new and add in if we're doing multiple projects, deliverables, working a number of different aspects. We could just continue to do that. We want to see all of our time that we've kind of allocated here. So for James Davidson, this is all the this is the time we recorded. Here's the projects we worked with. If we put in start and end times, then it'll tell you what those hours are and then what the billable time is. If we want to go into more detail, we can do that. I'll show you that in a minute. But here is some of our standard icons here. This gives us a tree view for the resources. So if we wanted to bring up a different consolidated timesheet for a different resource, then we could just put in a resource, our resource ID, and go to that resource. If we're searching for resources, trying to figure out, okay, who's allocated time or what they've done, we can do that. In our export, import, and our reports, which we'll show you a little bit later on. So if we wanted to go into details, we can go into, this is our detail screen. So this goes into a little bit more background information if you feel it's warranted. Changing tasks, deliverables, if there's applications, if it was tied to any financial coding, etc. We could do that. And then once we've kind of updated it, so right now it's in a pending state. Once we click on the update, then we know it's been allocated over to the project. And then there's some of the information here: StratX, OpEx time, what's completed percentages, etc. Most of those are self-explanatory. So we'll exit this. Reports. There are lots of timesheet reports. This is our standard report, only it's geared up for just showing us timesheets. We're going to do an individual summary. Within this one, there's other ways of looking at the organizations and resources and projects that we've had people go against. If you're a project manager, that may make more sense to you. So we need the resource, start and a duration, and it'll go against that time that was identified as that we want to do tracking against. So this is our standard reporting selection. The resources are picked up from our corporation as identified over here. So we've picked Vega Consulting. Jameson, we're going to take a time frame. We're going to go against for February, we're going to go 28 days. We're going to show a month and click OK. And there's our time sheets. So by projects, the dates that we went through, it's a general, so you can allocate that. If you're using this to get approvals, you can get signatures, print this out and get your signatures. And it gives us our total hours, billable hours, time allocated, etc. on that side of it. If there's any expenses. And that concludes this video on recording time and expenses on that. I want to thank you for watching. You can either find other related videos that are available on our website, as well as more information at www.eciosolutions.com. Questions or suggestions can be emailed to support@eciosolutions.com. And I want to thank you very much and look forward to hearing back from you.